Hey everybody, what I've got here is a 24-hour individual combat ration from the Czech Republic. It was made in 2020, and we're going to check it out right now on Kitbashed Survival. Alright, so this is the continuing series where I review MREs that I've had for a while, and they've either just expired or are about to expire, and I want to get them reviewed before they go bad. And you can see this one expired on March 15th of 2022, and I'm filming this in June of 2022, so hopefully whatever's inside is still good. So it's an individual MRE. This says personal food dose, individual meal ready to eat, dietary needs of individuals, menu V or menu 5, I'm not sure. And then we've got the contents. So we've got Old Bohemian Goulash, 400 grams, that should be pretty good. Beef in its own juice, 180 grams. Majka or Maika pate, I'm not sure what that is, but we'll find out once we get inside. There's 120 grams of that. 75 grams of poultry pate. 2 35-gram servings of crispy graham slices, which is probably crispy toasts. 3 packs of jam, 2 packs of coffee, 2 teas, 2 tablets of grape sugar. That's how it translates. I'm not sure what that means, but we'll find out. 8 packs of regular sugar, 10 grams of a sparkling drink, 2 servings of chocolate, 25 grams each, 2 servings of chewing gum. We got 2 salts, 4 napkins, and 3 wet wipes. And then down here you can see it says use up before March 15th, 2022. The temperature that it's stored at should be no more than 25 degrees C, and the max humidity should be no more than 70%. So without further ado, let's open this thing up. I've never had a Czech MRE, so this should be interesting. And hopefully everything is still intact. I'm going to find out right now, so I'll just do a cursory inspection just to make sure there's nothing leaking. Nice big can there. Everything seems okay so far. A lot of times the jam will leak. Open these things up and there's jam everywhere, but that seems fine. I'm going to give it a whiff just to make sure there's nothing funky happening here. It smells fine. Doesn't smell like anything at all. It smells like cardboard. So let's take all this stuff out. Here are the 4 napkins. Kind of mangled up a little bit, but that's okay. Here are the crisp breads. Crisp bread graham. I wonder if they're graham cracker crisps. Interesting. I'm guessing this is the poultry pate. Let's see what it says. Poultry fine pate. Yep. Then we've got the Majka or Majka. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. So for Majka it says Maypole, and below that it says Golden Heritage. I'm not sure what kind of pate this is. Let's see what the ingredients are. I'm just using Google Translate. Okay, pork. So it's like a pork pate. That should be good. Oh yeah, here is our goulash. Translation, Old Bohemian Goulash. That's going to be really good. All right, here's our lemon drink. Got those 3 jams. Looks like grape, and peach. And we've got this. This is that beef in its own juice. That should also be pretty good. 2 teas. Here are the 3 wet wipes. I'm guessing these are the 2 chocolate bars. I thought these were chewing gums, but it says multivitamin. We'll check that out later. 2 pieces of chewing gum. And then we got all this stuff. Coffee, so there's the 2 coffees. So there's the 8 packs of sugar. They're not kidding on the sugar, are they? And here we've got salt, 2 packs of salt. Okay, so when it said grape sugar 2 tablets, these were those 2 tablets. So I'm guessing these are grape flavored multivitamins. We'll find out. All right, here's everything laid out. It's a pretty nice spread, although I think it's interesting that they don't supply a portable stove for heating up the goulash and maybe the beef in its own juice. So I guess the soldiers are expected to have their own stoves independent of the ration, or maybe they eat it cold. Or it could be that they heat the cans up by putting them in some boiling water for a few minutes. I had a viewer from Britain who messaged me and said that over there, the way they heated up cans was putting them in boiling water in their mess tins, and that eliminated the possibility of burning the bottom of the can using a stove. So maybe that's how they do it. Anyway, let's start things off with some breakfast. I also just noticed that they don't have any silverware with this ration, so I guess that's also something these soldiers are expected to supply on their own. Anyway, let's get some hot water going for the coffee. And while that's going, we'll dig into some other stuff. I've got 2 of those jams, the peach jam and the blueberry jam. Got some bread crisps, got the pork pate, coffee, of course, 2 sugars, the grape-flavored vitamin, I think, and some chocolates as well. Sort of a light breakfast, but that's okay. So there's that pork pate. Give it a little taste. Hopefully it's still good. Oh yeah, that tastes really good. Let me see if there's a date on the bottom of the can. Good through 2024. So yeah, this is still good. Let's try this pork pate on the bread. This is really good. The taste is lingering in my mouth, and it is a good taste. It's very smooth, creamy, great flavor. Bon appetit. Oh yeah, that is wonderful. I mean, you can eat it on the bread crisps or just by itself. Very smooth, not overpowering. It's perfect. All right, our water's done. Let's try some of this jam on the bread. There it is. Doesn't smell that strongly. Break off a little piece. So there's the peach jam on the graham crisps. And you know, it said graham, but it's not graham crackers, so that's good. It's just kind of looks like a whole wheat crisp. Oh yeah. That's delicious. Nice sweetness to it. Make a little peach jam sandwich. It's perfect for breakfast. It's light, it's fruity, delicious. It's really good. It tastes like those little things of jam that you might get at a Waffle House or an IHOP or any sort of breakfast place, although I think it's a little better. Definitely very sweet. Seems a little bit higher quality than the run-of-the-mill stuff you get at breakfast places, but in that same ballpark. Very good. Let's try the grape. try it on its own. Ooh, that is quite a contrast to the peach. This is much more bold, much sweeter, much more in your face. And it's a nice contrast to the peach. It's a good pairing. My dog just came into the room and is like, what's going on? Can I get some of that pate? No, you can't. You have to eat dog food. Let's get back to that pate. You know, I just reviewed a Belarus 24-hour combat ration and then a Russian FSB mountain ration. And this is quite different. You know, it's a much lighter breakfast. It's not as heavy, you know, with the barley and beef and all that kind of stuff. So quite different and yet still delicious. I'm going to be kind of generous with this. If I had one complaint, it's that they don't give you enough of these bread crisps. I've got another package, but I want to use that for the other package of pate. Got a nice big mound on there now. Okay, that coffee should be cooled down, so let's give it a try. Pretty dark, a nice, rich, robust color. Let's give it a try. It's different than the Russian coffee. It's more like the Belarus coffee, if you ask me. Not that I'm a coffee expert. We'll bring in my girlfriend later, and she's the coffee connoisseur. I'll bring her in when we have the second coffee for lunch. But, yeah, it's good. Tell you what, I'm going to break the rules here. I'm going to add a little bit of creamer. Although I won't break the rules too bad, I'll use powdered creamer. Whenever I go backpacking, I always take powdered creamer with me. Add a little bit of that and see what it does to smooth it out. I don't drink my coffee black, usually. My girlfriend does. So she'd be in heaven with these coffee rations. I usually add cream. No sugar, but cream. So now we got a little cream in there. Let's try it. Oh, yeah. It's good. Now, I'm no coffee expert. You know, I can't sit here and say, oh, it's a little bit acidic and all this stuff. You know, I just know if it's good or not. And this is good. It's smooth. It's strong. And yet, there's a smoothness to it. It's very drinkable. But you can definitely feel the strength. Good stuff. I can't get over how good this pork pate is. Honestly, this is one of the best pates I've ever had. It's delicious. Now, if anybody knows what that brand is all about, that Majko or Maiko or whatever it is, let me know. It looks like cat food or dog food, but it doesn't taste like cat food or dog food. It tastes delicious. You know what I might do? I might crack out that third thing of jam. I was going to save this for lunch, but I think it'll be perfect for breakfast. Help me use up all the crisp breads. Not have any leftovers. Well, I stand corrected. You know, I thought there wasn't enough of the crisp breads, but turns out if you're pretty generous with the pate on the crisp breads, it's just perfect. And you can use all three of the jams. Not bad. All right. You know, I didn't use any of this sugar. They give you so much sugar. I've never seen so much sugar in a military ration before. So here's our chocolate. Looks like dark chocolate. I'll find out. Yeah, dark chocolate. Let's see how it pairs with the coffee. Oh yeah. Oh my God. That pairs so well with the coffee. That's why I wanted to try the chocolate with breakfast, because I wanted to pair it with the coffee and see how that did. And it's great. All right, lastly, let's try one of these little vitamin mint things. This should be interesting. Kind of looks and feels like a malted milk tab. Ooh, it is grape flavored. Tastes good. Man, that's really good. Tastes exactly like a grape sweetheart, just bigger. That was really good and a great way to finish off breakfast. I've got jam on my hands, so it's a good thing they have these wet naps in here. Nice and moist. All right, there we go. Breakfast was delicious. So I'll see you back in a few hours for lunch. Okay, for lunch, we're going to get into the goulash, the old Czech goulash. And it says you can cook it in a pot or in the microwave. I'm going to choose a pot. So we'll bring in the old camping stove and we'll cook it on that. There we go. Get our water going for our coffee over here. And we're also going to have some lemon beverage. Push that back there a little bit. So there's our lemon beverage. Ooh, it's a sparkling beverage. Just like it said. Give that a taste real quick. That is good. It's like a sparkling lemon beverage. Oh yeah, look at that. There's a little card on the front. That looks good. That's going to be really good. I have a feeling. This is going to be good. Hopefully it's still good. The expiration date on the bottom of the can is May 13th, 2022. I'm filming this in the first week of July 2022, so hopefully it'll still be good. It should be fine. Before I fire that up, let's get the coffee made. My little pot turned off so the water is nice and hot. Okay, we'll let that cool down. And we'll start cooking our goulash. I went to Prague many years ago, and of course when you go to Prague, one of the things you have to try is goulash. It's kind of the dish to have when you're in Prague. Of course that wasn't the only thing I had there, but I had it several times. Actually, some of the best food I had in Prague was at a Thai restaurant. Went there with a friend of mine who lived there, and it was awesome. It's already starting to bubble. Bubbling goodness. Of course, I don't think it has the little bread dumplings that goulash usually has. Maybe you're supposed to use it with the crackers. I don't think I'm going to, because I want to save the crackers for the remaining pate. Maybe I'll try one cracker with it. We'll see. It's more like a really thick beef stew. Okay, that's good and hot. Turn that off. You know, this is so soupy, I might just keep it in this pot instead of pouring it in the plate. We'll see. Yeah. Go ahead and pour it on the plate. That looks really good. I'll try some of the coffee now. It's good. I like it better than the Russian coffee. I actually brought some ice up here to add to our lemon drink per the recommendation on the back of the packet. So we'll give that a try. My cats have shown up once again. They've smelled the goulash. Jesse, you want some goulash? He says, give me the goulash or I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Yeah, that is good. And I think the coffee is really good, but you know, I'm not the coffee connoisseur my girlfriend is. So let's get her to weigh in. All right, so she's gonna try the Czech coffee. Let's give it a whirl.
It's okay.
I think it's pretty tasty. It's pretty smooth.
It is. It's it doesn't have any bitter flavor afterwards. It smells really good.
Uh-oh. Jesse's jumping up. He wants some of the goulash. Get off. Okay, we're back.
Yeah, it's good.
Do you want to try it with some dark chocolate?
Sure.
Okay, there's some of the dark chocolate. I thought the dark chocolate was pretty good. I had some for breakfast. Does it pass the test?
They're really good together.
So the Czech coffee passes the test. It's okay?
It's delicious, especially with the chocolate. That's how I would do it.
Okay, now she's going to try some of the sparkling lemon beverage. We'll see what she thinks. It's like an isotonic beverage, kind of probably has electrolytes in it and stuff.
Yeah, I like it. It kind of tastes like sugar-free kind of sport drink. It's good. Yeah, the ice is really good in it. Makes it better.
All right, so let's try the goulash. There it is. Look at that gravy, sauce kind of stuff, and big chunks of beef. Try some of the sauce first. Oh yeah, man, that's where it's at. Holy cow, is that good. All right, let me try it with a piece of beef. Wow. Beef is so tender. Got some nice fat in it. With that sauce, I mean, holy cow. This reminds me of the sauce you might have on like a Salisbury steak or something. That is absolutely delicious. I mean, this is the kind of thing you want your soldiers to eat. Keep the morale up. If I had to do some fighting, I wouldn't want to do it, but if I had to, this would make life just a little easier at the end of the day. It's too bad you can't transmit smell and taste through video. They need to invent that technology. Man, I'm going to eat every last drop of this. It is fantastic. And speaking of eating every last drop of it, I'm going to start a new section in this video called The Bowel Report, which reports on whether or not I got sick from something. So the breakfast I had this morning, I didn't get sick. In fact, so far, none of the combat rations I've eaten and reviewed so far have made me sick, which may seem incredible, but it's true. So far, the bowel report for the Czech ration is a 10 out of 10. No problems whatsoever. We'll see what happens in a few hours after eating this. This is one of the best entrees in a combat ration I've ever had. It's flipping fantastic. Got some coffee with the caffeine to help counteract the food coma from the goulash. And then we've got a sparkling lemon beverage to wash it all down. It's a great lunch. So I'm going to finish this all up, and then I'll see you in a few hours for dinner. Okay, back for dinner. So I'll get some water going for the tea. And our entrees are going to be the beef in its own juice and the poultry pate. So we'll crack open the beef in its own juice. And here it says breakfast or dinner, or breakfast and dinner. So I guess maybe it's best for breakfast or dinner. I don't know. See if I can get this cap off without spraying stuff everywhere. There we go. So there it is. It's kind of a massive meat with a bunch of fat on the side. Smells pretty good. So I think I'll heat this up. I'll try a different stove for dinner. This is my Snow Peak stove. There we go. I'll get a smaller pot out this time. Oh, the water's done. Here's our tea. By the way, this is a black tea. Okay. Let that steep for a few minutes and we'll start cooking our beef in its own juice. It's kind of a big old blob of beef there. Kind of looks like cat food or dog food. Because of that, I have no doubt one or both of my cats will show up in this room within a few minutes of me firing this thing up. There we go. Oh, yep, right on cue. Here comes one of them now. Chessie's coming into the room. Frisco might show up in a few minutes as well, although I think he's sleeping downstairs. Of course, for all I know, you're supposed to eat this stuff cold, but I'm heating it up. It's one of the things about reviewing these foreign MREs is that you're kind of always guessing on how they're supposed to be eaten, because you just don't know for sure. It's like a piece of connective tissue. Let's see if I can get that out. Looks like there's a lot of connective tissue in here, so we'll just deal with it. We'll see how it does. This does not look as appetizing as the goulash, I have to admit. But looks are only half of it. The most important thing is taste. How it goes down. And by the way, breakfast and lunch, no bad side effects as far as the bowel report goes. Everything gets a passing grade so far. Alright, I think that's good to go. Kind of just looks like a pile of hot beef. It's not like corned beef hash looking like the more Russian influenced barley and beef and buckwheat and beef. All right, here we go. Down the hatch. That's interesting. It's good. It's got good flavor. I mean, it kind of tastes like it looks. It's got some salt in there. It's good. I mean, it kind of reminds me of the beef stew from the Belarus combat mission, although that one's better. This one seems a little more processed than the Belarus beef stew, but it's good. It's very edible. It's got a nice savory flavor. You know, I thought the connective tissue and stuff would kind of be gross and everything, but that seems to have broken down just fine. Here's a spoonful of that connective tissue. I'll try that. And yeah, it goes down just fine. So I pulled this little piece out for no reason at all. Okay, let's open up the pate. See if I can get this open without making a mess everywhere. Oops. And there it is. Looks like pate. So let's get our graham crisps, our crisp bread grahams, and have at it. Let me taste it by itself. Oh, very mild. Very mild. A little bit of a liver taste in there. Yeah, it's got kind of a liver aftertaste. Like a chicken liver aftertaste. I like the taste of the pork pate a little better. But this is still good. Let me try it on the cracker. Yeah. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Poultry pate. It's not the best pate I've ever had in my life, but it's more than adequate. And it's funny that they gave me 2 packages of salt. I haven't used either of them yet, and I don't see any reason to. There's plenty of sodium in these entrees. All right. Our tea's been going for a while. I'm going to give it a sip without any sugar or anything. A nice bold black tea. Not bitter or anything. Pretty smooth, but it's strong. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be heated up or not. It kind of tastes, now that I've had the pate, this kind of tastes like a hot, chunky pate. A hot, chunky beef pate, if you will. I know that doesn't sound very appetizing, but it's okay. I'm going to tell you right now, as far as the Czech 24-hour ration goes, at least this one goes, the goulash is by far the star of the show. But these aren't bad. Yeah, if I was a soldier giving feedback on these rations, I'd say double up on the goulash and drop the beef in its own juice. I mean, that goulash was, woo, that was good stuff. I'll try it on a cracker. Like I said, not the best ever, but completely good, edible, tasty, totally adequate. Certainly better than some of the stuff you get in the US MREs. Whew. always amazes me, you know, here in the US, we have one of the biggest militaries in the world. We spend so much money on our military in this country, and yet the MREs that our soldiers eat are, I would say at best, they're okay. This is just my opinion, but these foreign MREs, a lot of them are just so well done. I think one of the reasons some of these foreign MREs are so tasty is because they use a lot of off-the-shelf stuff. I've seen comments where people say, that's just off-the-shelf stuff because they don't make stuff specifically for their military. That's not necessarily a bad thing because, you know, most of the things you've seen here, especially the entrees, are off-the-shelf items, and I think that helps with the taste and everything. Whereas with the US MREs, it's all concocted in a laboratory somewhere, you know, to be as nutritious as possible and have all the vitamins and minerals that the soldiers need. So, you know, the US MREs and other similar MREs from other countries, they're kind of scientifically created to be balanced and have everything the soldiers need, whereas some of these foreign ones just use off-the-shelf stuff and it ends up tasting a lot better. Might not be as good for you, but it sure tastes good. So if I was going to rank the meat entrees in this ration, I would put the goulash at the top, then the pork pate, the poultry pate, and then the beef in its own juice at the bottom. But even the beef in its own juice is good. I'm not saying it's bad, but that goulash, wow, that stuff, that's a home run. If I was doing this over again, I would have this for breakfast, I'd have the pork pate for lunch, and I'd have the goulash for dinner. That is good tea. I'm going to try adding a little sugar. I haven't used any of the 8 sugar packets they give you with this ration, so I'll try a little bit of sugar now. Doesn't really need the sugar, but if you like sugar, you got plenty of it in this thing. The sugar adds a nice sweet tone to it, and you still have the strong black tea. It's good stuff. All right, now we'll take the last vitamin. I like the grape flavor of these multivitamins. It's pretty cool. And lastly, we come to the chewing gum. I've seen people comment that MRE chewing gum is a laxative, and that to me has never made sense. I don't know if that's a wives' tale or not. I mean, why would you want to give your soldiers in the field a laxative? That just doesn't make any sense to me. At least the US MREs, that's what they say about the gum. This just looks like something off the shelf. Little blue speckles in there. Let's give it a try. Yeah, that is strong peppermint gum. That's really good. That is some strong gum. It's a great way to finish off the meal. Nice palate cleanser, get your teeth cleaned a little bit. Nice way to end the day. Alright, so that rounds out the Czech Republic 24-hour combat ration. This was pretty darn good. Like I said, the goulash was the star of the show, but everything else was really good as well. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. Let me know what you think in the comments below. For now, that's it. I'm Eric Siegel. This is Kit Bashed Survival. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.